Hi guys, and welcome back to Bovine Budgeting. Today is Freebie FIRE Friday. I've got $50 to stuff. 10, 20, oh my gosh, my hands are numb. 30, 40, 50. There we go. And I've got a couple challenges. This is Alonzo. I'll just move him out of the way. And I'll get these challenges out. So this is the Glow Up Savings Challenge from We Got This. And this is just all the completed ones. And I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got a 6-sided dice. So I'm going to make the 6th one my $1,000 tracker. I'm going to roll this dice and then put a note in each one of these. So I actually have an update about my work for once. This is, I know I've been saying for a very long time, like, oh, I'm going to get like an update. Let me get this thing. Yeah, I've been waiting on updates and I finally have an update. And I'm not sure if it's one that you guys would want to hear, but it's what happened. So I went into a meeting with my team leader yesterday, which was, come on, please be a 2. Oh, 2 didn't get anything. That's so annoying. Okay, let me and start coloring these in. Let me just move that down. Okay, so I'm gonna get the real notes out of here. I need $5. Give me a second. $5. Come back, Alonzo. Yeah, so I had my meeting with my team leader and he had done some like calculations of like how much time I spent working, and I was like, I don't know where you got these numbers from. Like, this is not, you're saying these tasks, I should be able to automate them. And I'm like, no, they're all so different from each other that you cannot automate them. Like, which he would have known if he had asked me, but at no point did he follow up. And I was just like, no, like this, your estimation is wrong. This number is wrong. It takes me significantly longer. And that kind of stuff. And then, so I'm going to swap this, the 2 5s. I've got a 5 in there. I'm going to swap that for 10. Side, and we've got $10 to I love fall most of all. And nothing to big bear hugs, which is sad. I really like this one. I think it's cute. What is that? Oh, I've got like, sorry, I've got like a hangnail and I can feel it. $5 to just one more chapter. But yes, I was just like, I don't know where you're getting these numbers from, but it's not correct. And then he was talking and I was asking about working from home. And he was like, yeah, I'm not sure. The cup for 5. I'm going to do the cup as 5 because the rest I can, like if I've got like a 10, I can do this. But the cup as 5. Here we go. And that is $25. And he was like, yeah, I don't know. I have to follow up with HR about working from home. And I was like, HR? Like, that's strange, but okay, sure. And then I was like, yeah, what about back pay? Like, if I get a pay rise, when does it backdate to? And he's like, don't know. No idea. I was like, okay, great. And then he offered me a salary increase. Hang on, so this is $20 to boost 25 with 5. There we go. Let me get 20 out. Yeah, so he offered me a salary increase. So I'm currently on 55,000 and he offered me 60. And I turned it down. And I was like, no, I'm not happy with that. I'm not okay with that. I don't think that is high. I think that's quite low compared to how much my responsibilities have changed and how much I have personally grown since starting this job. I don't think that's fair. $20, $30, $45 to boost 2025 with 5. There you go. And there was like a sheet he had shown me that was like the scale of my job title from 60 to 70. And I was like, you're offering me the lowest end possible. Like, that is insulting. And he was like, no, it's not the lowest end. I'm like, but it is. And I was like, I don't agree with this and I want to negotiate with somebody. And he was like, I mean, there's no, like, it's not really negotiating. Like, that's just what it is. It's not going to change. And I was like, well, I still want to speak to someone about it. So I'm going to swap this for a $10 note. And mark off a 5 here, which was Himalayan pink sea salt. Yes, this is my favorite one. Oh, spicy. So that is $20. No, it's not 20. It's $40 to oh, spicy. And yeah, and he was like, well, there's not really a point. And I was like, no, I need to negotiate this. I don't agree. I do not agree that that is where I'm at. And so what's this 5? I'll do that, hang on. I think. What have I done something wrong again? Okay, that's 15. Ooh, that's a different one I don't normally have. I'm gonna grab a 5 and a 10. Go. And I was going, hang on, sorry. 5, 10, 15 is these, yeah, the little black, the brown and white love hearts. This is available in my Kofi, by the way. It's a free printable for my 100 subscribers. So yes, please, my Kofi is linked down below. Please check it out. And I'm just going to mark it off on here, on this tracker. And yeah, I was like, no, I don't accept that. I asked for 75. I knew I wouldn't get 75, but I was like, fuck it, I'll highball it. There we go. 15. And now I'm really confused where that 5 came from. So I'm going to have a quick squeeze. $10, $20, $30, $40, $50. Yeah. That, I put 50 away, yeah, didn't I? I don't know what I did. Hang on. Hang on. So I put 15. Definitely did 15, 20, 40, 45, 50. Yeah, okay, I did. Oh, good. So I haven't finished any, but I'm so close to finishing this Just One More Chapter. I think I'm at 20 away from that. This one I'm 5 away from. I'm very excited. Yeah, these are a while away. Let me put, so I've currently finished Autumn Day and, so Breezy Autumn and Rainy Day, so I've got 45 saved so far, and this goes to my retiring early, so I don't have to work in crappy jobs. So let me finish my story. I'm so sorry. I keep getting sidetracked. And yeah, I was like, I don't agree. I think the amount of work I'm doing, he's like, well, you're just not making enough money for the company. I'm like, yeah, because you keep giving me low value clients, like, blah, 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 but the amount of work I'm actually doing is different. So anyway, I was like, I want to speak with HR. Like, I'm not happy with this. I'm not accepting this pay rise. And I had my meeting with HR today, and I was asking a couple questions. I was asking, number one, about working from home, and she was saying, yeah, well, I've talked to like the big boss, and she basically doesn't want anyone working from home because well, only 1 day from home because you need to be in the office, blah, 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 visibility. And I was like, but everybody else has 2 days from home. And she was like, oh yeah, but like some of those people, that's from like some newly acquired from like a different business, and like they still haven't finished merging into ours. And I was like, I previously talked to the office manager, and she had said that would be the case. And she's like, well, I'm not sure why she said that, but me and the office manager and the big boss, they all spoke. And yeah, big boss wants a day from home. And we also spoke to, she was like, also with your new clients, like, it helps. And I'm like, respectfully, it's nothing to do with that, because I got the exact same answer when I asked, and I had the same clients for a year. Big boss just does not like people working from home. And yeah, I was asking about the back pay for the pay rises, because the pay review was due about 2 paychecks ago, and it keeps being delayed. And I'm like, that's not, like, it's not delayed anything through my fault. It's a management issue. Why are those ones at least not back paid? And she was like, oh, well, you know, like, Jamie, I don't know what to say. It's a business decision. Like, they just don't want to spend the money. And I was like, I mean, that's fair, but I think that's messed up. Especially because most places in Australia, most places that I'm aware of at least, will backdate it till the 1st of July, because it's a New Year's pay increase. You get a pay rise at the start of the new financial year. And so that's like what it's for, you know? But they didn't want to do that. And then I was asking about the salary. And I was like, well, the sheet you gave me was 60 to 70,000. Why have I been offered the absolute lowest? And she said that the sheet included super. And I almost lost it. I was like, I'm sorry, why? Like, I straight up asked her, and I was like, why would you do that? That's not how anybody reports salaries. Why would you have made the sheet like that? She didn't answer. And then she was still like, well, it's a 9% pay rise, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, you just need to, like, talk, like, you need to report on your things. And I'm like, I've been doing this reporting to my team leader. I don't know what you want from me. Like, he hasn't checked in on me once. He's not done anything. He's just estimating things and not asking me. And she was like, well, how long do you think it takes you? And I was like, it depends. It's different every day. Every single day is a different thing. It depends. Sometimes an email takes me 20 seconds to write. Sometimes an email takes me 15 minutes to write. It depends. Like, I can't, so I'm just gonna, like, sort through everything on here. And I was like, yeah, I can't give you a definitive answer. And she kept being like, well, you just need to give numbers. You need to give numbers. Blah, blah, blah. Like, it doesn't, and she was like, it doesn't really matter if you are, like, it doesn't matter if your responsibilities have changed. It doesn't matter if you're doing different things than when you started. It doesn't really, at the end of the day, like, it doesn't matter how much growth you have made in your role. It matters how much money you bring in for the company. And if you're not bringing money in for the company, they're not going to give you a pay rise. And I was like, you know what? Like, I just can't do this anymore. And so I handed in my letter of resignation, and I'm going to quit in 2 weeks. We were talking about it, and she was like, you're not going to get 75. I was like, mate, I know that. I knew I was going to be undercut, so I intentionally made it higher. I was looking more like 62 to 65-ish. And she was like, well, why didn't you just ask for that? I'm like, because it would have been undercut. I knew it would have been undercut. Like, I probably, look, don't get me wrong, I definitely knew I asked very high, but I was like, but 60 was a ridiculous thing. Like, that was not fair. And now she says she's going to go back to the big boss and see what she can do, and ask me to hold off on my resignation. And I was like, no, I'm going to keep my resignation. If big boss wants to offer me, like, a counter offer and have me stay, then maybe I'll consider it. But I just, like, even if I get another 5-10 grand extra, I'm still going to be stuck at my job with crappy management that don't know how to run things. And that's what I was saying to my boss. We've had a lot of people leaving in the past couple months. And I was just like, so not to my boss, to HR. I was like, I'm going to tell you something. Like, I know multiple people that are really dissatisfied with management. And then you've had multiple people leaving and nothing is being done. No one's management style has shifted in response to people leaving. And I'm telling you right now, if you don't fix something, like, this company's not going to exist in 2 years. And yeah, I don't know. She wasn't very receptive. I might have been a little bit, like, hyperbolic, but I don't know. I honestly do kind of believe it. Like, the way, my company's just an absolute mess at the moment. So yeah, I'm honestly not too sure what I'm going to do. I've got the tour guide thing that I'm thinking of. Kind of just leaving it up to God at this point, but I just know that I can't stay anymore. And a little part of me is worried that I'm making a bad decision. I can't stay. I just cannot stay anymore. I'm sick and tired of it, and sick and tired of the way I'm being treated. And this was, getting that $60,000 offer was like an absolute stab in the side of knowing that that is what they think I'm worth, with how much I do in addition to my job role, which I was told I wasn't supposed to include because eventually they're going to hire someone else to do that. It's like, that shouldn't be taken into it. It's like, well, that's what I'm doing now. Like, that is what I'm doing now until you inevitably, like, eventually maybe hire someone. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I will let you know on Monday. They're going to be updating me possibly with a counter offer, maybe. I don't know, but I highly doubt that I'm going to accept it, to be quite honest. Yeah, like, I know what my coworker is being paid, and it's a lot more than what I'm on. I know what places with the same job that I'm doing are paying, and it's way more than what I'm on. And I'm just like, I'm not too proud to work any job. I will work hospo if I have to. I'm actually kind of excited about hospo. I'm thinking of going back to hospital a little bit. But like, I'm not above that. Like, I don't really care what I do, but I just, yeah, I don't know. I just can't do it anymore. So, I will give you guys more updates as the situation changes, but this whole structure, this might be changing. I don't know if I'm going to go on like Centrelink, like job seeker while I look for a job. I'm honestly not sure. I'm going to have a think. I don't actually even know how to apply for Centrelink, and I don't know if it counts if you quit. I feel like it might, but who knows. But yeah, I am, even though I am not going to have a lot of money, I am still going to really be prioritizing financial independence, retiring early. I probably, with quitting this job, I don't think I'm going to hit the 30,000 mark unless I get a new job, which I'm hoping I do. I really do think, and I really do trust that God can provide me with a new opportunity with whatever I need. But if that's not in the near future, I don't think I'm going to hit my $30,000 goal, and that's okay. It was a very lofty goal in the first place, but I am going to try. But I am still going to be stuffing fire. But yeah, just the numbers I might do 50 instead of 100. I really don't know. I will see. I also do want to stuff travel, because I obviously want to travel to America next year for potentially that summer camp job, which I'm hoping that I will get hired at. But I have to go on their website. Thank you. I just reminded. I passed my police check, by the way. I am officially not a criminal. I don't know what it is. Every single time I do a police check, I'm paranoid that something's going to come up. And I'm like, I've not done any crimes. But I'm like, what if someone committed a crime in my name, and all of a sudden I check my police check and it's like, yeah, you're wanted for grand theft auto in 2001. And I was like, but I was literally a baby. I did not grand thieve any auto. I don't know what it is. Like, every time I'm so paranoid something's going to come up on my police check, and it never does. I'm always like 100% squeaky clean. Never even paid a fine, knock on wood. Never gotten a parking ticket. Like, I'm a good law-abiding citizen, but I don't know. Something about having to run myself through a police database freaks me out. But I passed, so that's really good. Yeah, so it's the final step. I think I have to go log in on their website and be like, ooh, let's give my love hearts to some some camps, and see what I get. But anyway, that is my update. I'm glad that I at least have an update for you guys, because I know for months it feels like I've just been saying, stay tuned for updates, I'll get a response soon. Well, this is the response, and it's not what I wanted. I honestly did want to stay. I was kind of umming and ahhing between staying and leaving, and then I thought, well, if they can give me at least a little bit of money that can help me work towards my financial goals, like I can put up with it for another 6 months. But I kind of knew I'd be leaving by next year anyway, so this is just speed tracking it. Was it fast tracking? Here we go. It's just fast tracking it. But yeah, sorry, I've just got my tea here. Let me move that out of the way. I can probably say goodbye. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you in Monday Money Moves next week. I will be getting a paycheck next week. I think I'll have 2 more paychecks, unless they miraculously give me some big pay jump and agree to my conditions about how I'm gonna need a new system of management, because it's messed up at the moment. But yeah, I'll see you for Monday Money Moves, and then we will go from there. Okay, see ya. Bye. Thank you for watching. Whoop.